Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Nighttime Studies with Nick, where I am reading a chapter out of a book every night. This is episode number 4, and we are reading chapter number 3 in 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd. We will not begin. How's everybody's evening going? Get some people invited. Good evening, Nancy. Sorry. Good evening, Nancy. Welcome. Nancy, where are you tuning in from? Hey, Melissa. Good evening. Hey, Renee. What's cooking? Hello, Kathleen. Hello, Elizabeth. What's up, everybody? Hello, Ollie. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Renee's in West Virginia. Mountaineers. If you guys could, share this out for me. Hello, Gregory. And also, if this is the first time you're watching, I'm actually going to organize this on a page, but you can go back to the very first episode and start by the introduction in the book, and then chapters 1, 2, and then tonight we're on 3. Welcome, Jesus. What's up, brother? Doing well. Thank you, guys. Doing well. Please be sure to share this out. You know the drill. Thank you, Horace and Jesus, for sharing. Wait for some more people to get in here before I start. Thank you for sharing, Elizabeth. What's up, Robert? Welcome, my brother. It was a really good weekend. How was you guys' weekend? I had a really good weekend. Thank you, Elizabeth. Some more foot people in there. Comment if you guys went to the 10X Growth Con this weekend. Did anybody go? I unfortunately was unable to make it. I had it as a goal to attend, but I unfortunately could not. Plan to go next year. Awesome weekend, still not over? Absolutely, it's still not over. What's up, Jay Alfred? Welcome, my friend. Let's see here. Just in a couple groups. Yeah, that's what I thought. Facebook won't let me. All right. Hey, Rachel. Thank you for sharing, everybody. So tonight, again, we're going to be reading chapter 3 out of 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd. If you have not got this book yet, I recommend it. I'm not doing this because I work for Peter. I'm literally just sent me the book, and I want to do this every night, not just this book, but other books. So I'll be reading a chapter of a book every night. So it's going to be good for me. Hopefully it's good for you. Gregory says it's 12:19 here in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's Monday. Happy Monday, Gregory. Hello, Michelle Wong. Welcome. Hey, Sue says we will go to the next one, 10X for sure. Thank you for sharing, Renee. Robert says he is busiest on the weekend. In an off-air hangout now, which is a daily occurrence. What do you do, Robert? You have me curious now. You guys, some of you have, I've gotten some feedback from via Messenger from me starting this and actually doing this, and I appreciate your feedback truly. I didn't think it would catch on so well, but I appreciate you guys supporting me, and for your words of encouragement as well. It means a lot. It doesn't go unnoticed either. And I'm glad you guys find this valuable. I really do. And looks like we're getting kind of a crowd here. So these chapters aren't that long, to be honest with you. So we get through them pretty quick. Remember, I'll be pulling on a guest after I get through the chapter and kind of, how it impacted me in the moment. And be bringing on a guest. Now we'll talk about what we read, but really, We can talk about whatever's on your mind. So I might send an invite to you if nobody volunteers. So heads up. Could be your lucky night to be on Facebook Live with me. Hello, Julie. Welcome. All right, guys. I am going to start. And again, if you could please share this out. Chapter 3. Hello, Abdul. Before I start, Robert says he took early reduced retirement from driving the subway in Toronto, so he has been doing informal coaching, and in general, his goal is to leave everyone he interacts with feeling a little better about themselves than they did before he came and met them. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. Hello, Celia. Welcome. Okay, guys, I'm going to actually begin reading Chapter 3, and then when we get through this, we'll talk more. Let me get to the right page. Okay, so Chapter 3 says, the title is Money Matters. Money isn't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen, says Zig Ziglar. Now that you've learned the power of mastery versus overload, I want to get into one of the most important topics you can master, and that's money. It's a topic rarely discussed and one of the main reasons most people don't have enough. What's enough? Well, that's up to you. Have you ever noticed that it's usually those who claim they don't care about money who are broke? I personally know what it's like to have nothing, to stress about paying my next bill, and to feel hopeless. I also know what it's like to thrive. I've been fortunate in creating some great income as well. The topic of wealth, income, and money making in general is often discussed or viewed in a negative light. I'm sure there will be people who will not approve of the title of this book because it talks about making money. Why not get wealthy? Why not become a millionaire? Why not focus on making as much money as you can? I did an experiment not too long ago, and I tried living life with no money. I also lived with a lot of it. I found out having money was a lot more enjoyable, fulfilling, exciting, and gave me more choices. It also helped me to expand my reach and spread my message to a bigger audience. As my friend Grant Cardone says, poor doesn't make any sense. Eliminate any and all ideas that being poor is somehow okay. As Bill Gates said, if you're born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it is your mistake. Have you ever heard anybody say any of these? Money is the root of all evil. Rich people are greedy. Money won't make you happy. And you don't want to be one of those people. All of these phrases are usually said by those who lack financial freedom and intelligence. Our society is afraid of being labeled as greedy or money hungry. But what must be understood is that money is a crucial part of freedom. Now I will tell you money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. If you're only driven by money, it makes it difficult to build a lifestyle and live life on your terms. So you must do both, make money and live life on your terms, which is what I'm here to teach you. It's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind and to forget about the vision of abundance and prosperity. How can we focus on building wealth when we're barely getting by? How can we focus on financial freedom when we're 2 paychecks away from going broke? Sadly, there are common questions in today's society. If you want to break free from mediocrity, you must change your perspective on wealth and understand what it really takes to create wealth. I'm not just talking action and habits here. I'm talking more about the mindset critical for your success. This book will give you all the answers you need and hopefully inspire you to change your habits and perspectives of what's truly possible for you, your family, and the legacy you leave behind. Thomas Stanley has been studying wealth for years and has done numerous studies and research. He discovered that there are only 4 groups of people. 3% are wealthy. Those are people with $2 million in investable assets. Some people are house rich, but cash poor. This refers to people who have $2 million to invest. 27% are financially comfortable. To me, you own a reasonably successful business, or you've got a very stable job. You either own your own house, you'll either own your own home outright or have a very manageable mortgage. You could go out and buy a new car without needing a loan. You could afford to take a year off from work to pursue a dream and not return mired in debt. If you're half of a couple, you could live well enough if either of you stopped working. 55% are living paycheck to paycheck. This classification is fairly easy to attain. Just spend more than you make. Most people are putting a lot of their expenses on their credit cards. Most spend all of their money on things that have nothing to do with their future. That's why they will never advance. I would define this as anyone who couldn't skip more than 2 paychecks without sinking further into debt. They're probably debt slaves as it is, or maybe their expenses are high because they have a lot of kids, an expensive medical condition, or just graduated college themselves. you most likely will not find this group investing in themselves. 15% are further in debtors. They don't just live paycheck to paycheck, they go further in debt monthly. 70% of the population are either living paycheck to paycheck or getting further in debt every month. My goal is to help you to reach the top 30%, and the younger you understand how to get there, the sooner you'll get there. You must first realize it's not about the money it's not the money that will solve your problems. If you think money solves problems, I'm afraid those people will have a rough ride. Intelligence solves problems and produces money. Personal growth solves problems. Money without financial intelligence is money soon gone. I want to deal in reality, and I want to create proper expectations for you. If you're working an hourly job making $10 per hour, it would take you working 29 hours a day, 365 days a year to create a six-figure income. That's obviously not possible. If you're working for $20 an hour, you would still have to work 14 and a half hours a day for 365 days to create your first six-figure income. You would have to make $48 per hour and work 40 hours a week with no vacation time. I don't know a single person who wants that. And I challenge you to expect more from yourself than anybody else expects of you. This book is for those who have the entrepreneur mindset, aspire to become an entrepreneur, or just want to become an amazing lifestyle, to create an amazing lifestyle. I define an entrepreneur as somebody who controls their income, makes money through their intelligence, relationships, ideas, and implementation. Entrepreneurs don't play it safe. Entrepreneurs take risks. Entrepreneurs include sales professionals, network marketers, business owners, leaders, speakers, authors, coaches, and those working for themselves. Can you work a 9 to 5 and become an entrepreneur on the side? Absolutely. I believe everybody should experience entrepreneurship at some point in their life. You need 4 things to build a great future and fully enjoy what you do. You'll know if you're right in the right spot if your business meets this criteria. If it doesn't, it's your responsibility to create your ideal lifestyle, nobody else's. I can assure you that lifestyle, legacy, and loving what you do are more important than income, but it takes income to make that happen. Here are the 4 W's to lifestyle satisfaction created by Michael Masterson, best-selling author and successful entrepreneur. The 4 W's to lifestyle satisfaction. What do you do? What's the possibility and upside? Is the opportunity endless? Is it something you enjoy doing? Does it really inspire and help people? Are you in 100% control of your schedule, income, and advancement? Most people say they love what they do, but deep down, if they could do anything they wanted, they would do something else. Please don't settle. If you really love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Who do you do it with? Who is leading you? Are they inspiring, and do they challenge you? The times I've thrived the most were because of the mentors and leaders guiding me. They lived the lifestyle I wanted, they had the amazing relationships I wanted, and they practiced what they preached. Do you love and appreciate those you associate with daily? Most people hate what they do, hate their boss, and hate their coworkers. Life is too short to have toxic people around you. When you do it, and when you don't, do you have flexibility? Can you design your business to fit around your lifestyle? Ultimately, you are in control of your own future and can take it as big and as far as you want to grow. You need the real passion to pull your potential out. Are you up before your alarm because you're so excited to take on your day, or do you sleep in dreading getting up? Gary Vaynerchuk told me, if you hate what you do, even a small percentage is time for change. Where do you work? Can you work from home or while you're traveling? Can you move if you're tired of where you are living? Do you have an inspiring environment that sparks your creativity and genius? This is why becoming a lifestyle entrepreneur is becoming the American dream. I'm confidently guessing you have goals to increase your income. Maybe you're sick of making the same income, or you can't stand the feeling of struggling financially. I can relate. What is the difference between those who are thriving and those who aren't? Well, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, so they must be doing something different with their time, right? They must have a better perspective about money and how it's earned. If you're not satisfied with your income, let me give you some straightforward, tactical tips that can be used the right way. So I'm going to break for a second and just say welcome to everybody who's joined. We are on Chapter 3 of 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd. Stop doing what you're doing. The first thing you must do if you are dissatisfied is stop doing what you've been doing, because that's what created your current reality. We've all heard the famous quote by Albert Einstein: insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. What's great about life and opportunity is the chance to completely change the story and direction overnight. Regardless of your past decisions, you're always one decision away from making the right one. Don't let money define you. Your self-worth has nothing to do with your finances. Whether you have a negative bank account or $10 million, your confidence should never waver. If anything, your confidence should increase when you are stressed, and this stress should motivate you to never feel that way again. Being wealthy is a state of mind, but so is being broke. Who you are defines you, not what you possess. More confidence in chapter 7. More about confidence in chapter 7. Let me take a drink of water. Hello, Peter. Hello, Chantel. Hello, Jennifer. Hey, Kaylee. All right. Where was I? Stop prioritizing your profits. When you set up your weekly schedule, make sure you start with income-producing activities. 20% of your activities account for 80% of your income. Figure out what those critical inch activities are and do more of them. Really think about the top 2 or 3 things you need to do to create more income. Now put those in your schedule consistently so you assure you are creating income. Consistently ask yourself if what you're doing is profitable, and focus on doing what you should versus what you feel. Also remember, impact drives income. Start placing a higher value on your time. Time is more valuable than money. You can always get more money, but you can never get more time. Is it possible to become twice as valuable and make twice as much money in the same amount of time? Of course it is. There is nothing more valuable than time invested wisely. We all have the same 24 hours. It's what you do with them that determines everything. It's okay to say no. This word can change your life. Is it possible you're overextending yourself and committing to too many things? Start saying no to everything that doesn't create income for you until you get your income to a place that makes you feel comfortable and secure. Make a commitment to yourself that you will focus on income-producing activities versus tension-relieving activities. Steve Jobs even said, it's what Apple said no to that ultimately made them successful. Proximity is power. Most broke people hang with other broke people, and they usually stay broke. Start elevating your peer group and reaching out to those playing the game of life at a higher level than you. Their belief systems, their ways of being, and their attitudes are contagious. Lower your excuses. As the excuses go up, the bank account goes down. It's a proven fact that the best excuse makers, or what I call validators, have the smallest bank accounts. Invest the energy and time you spend on creating excuses, thinking of actual solutions that move your life forward. Excuses are a disease, and those who continue making them will continue to have money issues. Shift your focus from victim to leader. Stop blaming the economy, stop blaming your past, stop blaming your boss or company, and stop thinking the world is out to get you. Charge more for your services, switch jobs, or become more valuable. My good friend Hal Elrod says, the moment you take responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you can change anything in your life. The difference between ordinary income and extraordinary income is fast implementation. How quick will you get on your grind to start increasing your income? I assure you, if you take this book seriously and want it bad enough, you will create an income explosion over the next couple of months. I want you to realize that your bank account isn't who you are. It's who you were before you made the decision to change it. That's a really powerful chapter. I don't know why, but actually, if you've been following these lives, by the way, chapter's over. If you've been following these lives, you would know that I've had my chapters highlighted. But for some reason, this one I do not. So I'm just going to kind of go with what stuck out to me. I'm going to take a moment and kind of go to my screen here and read some comments. Again, if you want to hop on this live, go ahead and press 1, and I'll bring you on as a guest, and we can talk about what we just read, or whatever else you want to talk about. I'm gonna leave it open a little bit. This chapter covered a lot of different things. Renee says she has to go watch the other 2. Definitely. Elizabeth says #life goals. So I will hit on a couple things that really resonated and just stuck out with me. And I'm going to go all the way to the end of the chapter. With the difference between ordinary income and extraordinary income is fast implementation. How quick will you get up on your grind to start increasing your income? I assure you, if you take this book seriously and want it bad enough, you'll create an income explosion over the next couple of months. I want you to realize that your bank account isn't who you are. It's who you were before you made the decision to change it. And that, past, since I first discovered like a law of attraction. Your current situation is a result of your past thinking. And so nothing changes until the mindset, your paradigm shift happens. And experiencing that myself was really pretty cool. And being on the upswing of being down is a fun journey. It's definitely funner than going that way. Um, but that paradigm shift happened to me, and I'm enjoying reading this book because it's right up, right up my alley into personal development. And I don't know, guys. Kind of don't have a lot to say tonight, to be honest with you. Which one of you want to jump on here and talk to me? I'm just gonna send an invite. I might just default to Michelle. Michelle Wong. Let's see here. We'll bring on Michelle first. If anybody else wants to hop on too, just comment below. We'll wait till she gets on here. Really tired tonight. I don't know, I don't have a lot of energy. Probably go to bed early and not get a good night's sleep. Wake up early Monday morning refreshed. Let's see if Michelle hops on here. Are you guys enjoying the book so far? Well, apparently Michelle is not going to be coming on. Stop doing what you're doing. That's what it says in here. First thing you must do if you are dissatisfied is stop doing what you've been doing, because that's what created your current reality. I don't know how long I struggled in life. When I found that out, that I wasn't, life isn't happening to me. Life's happening around me as a result of me. And, man, being able to take accountability for yourself, for everything around you, allows you to be in charge of finding the solutions and fixing it all. And that's what I strive to do every day. Let's see. Renee, do you want to hop on here? We're going to bring Renee on. Nobody wants to hop on with me tonight, huh? Renee says she enjoyed tonight. Hey, she is coming on.
I'm not really good at this department.
So what do you think?
I'm still in.
How are you, Renee?
I'm doing great, and you?
Doing great. Doing great. So I know you are. You say you're not. You haven't studied this, but you are, like, indeed a person who fits with what this book is talking about. You are an entrepreneur, right?
Mm-hmm.
Network marketer. Talk about that experience a little bit and how you kind of relate to what you've heard so far in the book.
Well, tonight's the first night I've heard, so I haven't heard any of the other
Gotcha.
2 nights. But I took notes. I'm not really good at that stuff. So. Number one, just like you said at the beginning, money is important, but I think that sometimes people really mess up when they think that they're doing what they need to do for money, and you really need to be doing it for other people, and the money comes later.
Right.
That is, I never know I could turn my phone sideways like this.
I wonder if that's why Michelle couldn't get on too. Yeah, I turn mine sideways so it makes the screen even. I don't like having just the one little person up on the top, I don't need that much. I don't need that much screen space. I can share.
Yeah. I'm so glad I know this now.
Yeah.
Because I've always wondered when people are going live that I can see their picture up at the top and all the comments are down here and mine are all over
Hmm.
my face.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to do is turn it.
Yeah, but you have to start it with your phone turned. So before you go live, I always put my comment in and then I turn my phone and then hit live and it broadcasts this way. So when you're setting an invite, you got the person that they can't come on if the phone's like this. The phone has to be like that
Yeah. I
to
mean, I had to
accept the
rotate
insult.
my phone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what else? What else? What else? I need to learn to invest in myself because I've never done that before.
What do you mean?
Like
I'm sure you
with
have.
investing in myself as in like buying books and reading like I've told you in the past.
Hmm.
I've still never even gotten the other book, but I did read one whole book, completely read the whole entire book, The Science of Getting Rich
Who
by Wallace D. Wattles.
I,
Does that make sense?
possibly. I'm not familiar with that book.
It actually has Bob Proctor on the front of it with that book that I told you I wanted. The oh, what's the one that I was messaging you about? The book
I forgot. I'd have to go look.
Think and Grow Rich.
Oh, by Napoleon Hill. Yeah.
That one,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's kind of like something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So
you'll just have to ask me.
have
I'm
you
gonna go with that.
have you read Think and Grow Rich yet?
I haven't
No.
even gotten it yet. I know I can get it to like look at it on my phone, but I need it in my hand, I think. Because I'm 35 and I've read 4 books my whole life.
That's awesome.
Isn't that
Well,
awful?
you mentioned Bob Proctor. Well, he talked about not reading a book his entire life till he was like, I don't know, 26, 27, whatever age it was. And
Wow.
then he got Think and Grow Rich, I believe it was, and he's read a chapter out of that. I don't know if it's the same chapter every day since, even up
Hmm.
into this day. So when people, and it even talks about in these books, and Peter hit on it too, is um, implementing that, but also like, I mean, we are human, so it's like it's always good to, and Bob talked about this. It's always good to keep her refreshed, so
Mm-hmm.
we remember to implement. Because I know me, like I am a bit ADD, like squirrel, like that's why when I discovered that I can read a book and I don't have to sit there and I was thinking it's like speed reading. I get a book and I have to have some end date as a completion, and I'm like, now it's to slow down, read one chapter, and then reread that chapter until you fully understand that chapter before you even advance. Like learning how to actually read more efficiently and read to retain rather than just read to say I read a book. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how it is with that Science of Getting Rich. Like, even though I've already read it, I can remember a few things, but I want to read it again. And then I
Hmm.
want to read it again and just keep on reading it until I actually get it. Because I just don't get books. So I do need to
So where,
read it over and over again.
what do you listen to audios? Do you listen like watch YouTube, or where are you getting your?
I don't have anything.
Well, you have Mentor,
I,
don't you?
I watch people on here. I have followed, Johnny Jumpman, Jesse Lee Ward. Like I said, because of finding the friendly flipper on accident on Instagram, that's how I found all of you. That's how I found you, Michelle, Isabella, um, Jason Hallen, like all of you. That's how I found all of you. So that's where I learned anything I've learned. And I don't know how to explain what I've learned because my brain doesn't do that. I just get on here and do whatever.
Right. Well, it just that shows you by doing you are learning.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do anything, you don't learn anything. I was talking to Jim Weaver one day, and he said, I came on here, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, so I did it all like at 100 miles an hour. I was flooded everybody's timelines, messengers, and
Yeah.
and he goes, that's how I started learning, because people would tell me
Yeah.
whatnot. Jim, don't do
I
this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Um, there's, that's another way to learn. But no, I mean, for the longest time, I didn't read books, and I just, I talked about this on my other live. I just, in work or whatever, I wanted to be really good at what I did. And in order to do that, you have to know about it. So I always been like a student, but I learned through my experience more than anything. Past couple of years is really when I started. Past 4 or 5 years is when I started actually reading, and I love what reading does for me, definitely. And it's different than actually just hearing other people talk because I think there's fluff added in the way people communicate on a motivational level. You know what I'm saying? And to
Mm-hmm.
be able to, that's all great and dandy, but how do I do that? You
Yeah.
know, I need to do this. You said quit being a baby, lose the attitude, but how? Now, if I
Mm-hmm.
hand you a book, that becomes up to you. That's the work would be for you to read the book, right? Well, what do I do? Read the book now. That would be the step to take, right? Like, um, because it is different living it than just listening to speeches all the time. Because there's work behind it to be able to make those smarter choices or to reverse your attitude or from negative to positive or get your shift to occur. There's definitely work to do, and that's why having mentors in those areas where you lack the experience or knowledge or whatever, go seek those people out. Social media is huge, and you just hit on it. Like you randomly ran into Jeremy Rubin on Instagram, and then you found us, or
Mm-hmm.
myself, I'll say, and like there's really no excuses, and that's what hit on in this chapter as well. He talked about no excuses. There really are no excuses today. If you hate what you're doing, if you hate your job, have the courage to do something different. Have the
Mm-hmm.
courage to explore something different. You've already gone through the whole filter system of the jobs. You're I mean, I'm speaking for myself real quick. I'll use myself as I'm 35 years old. I've already gone through I know what I don't like enough. I should know about right now something I do want. I found out all those things I don't want. If I can't find
Mm-hmm.
something that I do want out of all the things I found out I don't want, then there's something wrong. I'm just staying stuck to the left. But like, there, do what you want more. What I'm saying, and then do the work behind it. Like, not everything's going to be comfortable when you're down your own path too. I mean, let's be honest,
Yeah.
everything's work, right? But at the same time, if you love what you're doing, it doesn't exhaust you in that way. It'll exhaust you in a
Mm-hmm.
positive way, where you'll be excited to be refreshed, but you'll get right back up and go back at it because you love it that much. But that still, you don't just sit around and do nothing. You know.
I know
Um,
my problem is I love what I do. Love what I do. But my problem is, and I'm raising my hand, I'm admitting it, I'm not consistent with anything. Even though I read that book, at the end of it, it has questions. I just stopped reading the book. I never read the questions. I don't even know what the questions are about. So I need to pick it back up and read the questions. Like, I just need to be consistent with everything I do. The most consistent I've ever been is day 43 of my 365 days in a row of going live because of Mike Chavez. He inspired me to do it. And there's some days where I don't even have anything to talk about. I just come on there and say I committed to doing it, so I'm doing it.
yeah.
This is the first thing I've been consistent with.
But do you know what? That's
So,
accomplishing something you set out to do, which is building your confidence. And you're not going to be afraid to
mm-hmm,
set that next goal because you overcome the first one. Because, guys, if you've never hit the live button, it can be nerve wracking. Especially like, I mean, I'll take a break from it a couple of days. I'll still have nerves coming back on. I don't know why my brain like shuts down. Like I can have all the thoughts in the world. You hit live, and all of a sudden, like it's like going into a meditation. My mind just calms. Like I get,
do you
I
read?
like free. So I'm like overcoming that. Um, Seriously, like I'll get on here. I'm like, I promise you guys, this thing does have thoughts. But I turn on the camera and no thoughts are coming. I don't know.
Do you
I'm
remember
getting
me
better
telling
about it. But doing it is giving me that experience to get better on camera, to talk in front of people. You have to do
you?
it to get better at it, you know? And no excuses, right? You set out to get better at something and you stuck to it. No I may be late on this, but I'm gonna do this every day. I've made that commitment to myself and to whoever is watching. I'm gonna do it every day, right? And when I started
Mm-hmm.
accomplishing that, I realized, those are small successes. And if we're coming out of a lot of failure, if we're coming out of a shitty hole, we need those small successes to build our confidence. Because thinking big, if without those it's just thinking, dreaming at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't get nervous on live. I get nervous face to
you're awesome
face.
on live. I'm getting better. You're nervous face to face. Yeah.
So nervous face to face, but live, I don't care. I don't know why. I remember telling you that when you guys used to have your little show, and you were like, "You're the complete opposite." I don't know why. I don't. But face to face, I freaking freeze. I can't talk to people face to face. I can't look people in the eyes. I'm like looking all
Oh, that's
around.
the
They're like,
best. Looking people in. Do you see? I'm the opposite, I guess. Let's welcome in some of these people real quick. and acknowledge somebody. We got Joseph, Razaki, Christina Stop. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Adriana Davis, welcome. Elizabeth says she's entertained. Barbara says, yes, you all are brave. I respect for you all who do lives and give up your comfort zone to benefit people. Yeah, it definitely. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can do it too. Everybody should do it. I think everybody should go live. Barbara says some of us don't have time for fluff. We prefer to just cut the meat and potatoes. Damn right. Just give me the meat and potatoes. J. Alfred says, me, I'm far better with the written word. I like face-to-face, in-person interaction. I like looking people right in the eyes. As a matter of fact, it's one of my favorite things to do is look people right in the eye and just stare at them in the eyes while they're talking. And I don't break eye contact either. It's awesome. I love it. Over a camera, it's a little different. But I'm getting used to it. Like, just talking with nobody talking back was odd for me at first. Like, having a conversation with myself was odd for me at first. So I'm getting better at it. But it's fun. Honestly, it's fun. I enjoy this. Like, sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes I can't think of things to talk about. I'm not one. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I don't really prepare for these other than I have read this book. I don't like, I probably should like make talking points. If I keep fumbling on my words, I will just to improve these. But like, I just kind of go with it. What comes from my heart is what I talk about, you know? I think that makes it a little funner too. Robert says, my return to self-development began with the Here in My Garage video by Ty Lopez, and I did the 67-step program and wrote a blog every day. It went away. And I did that to form a new habit. There's so much information in that program. I'd like to learn from it. And you hit on something, forming new habits. When you want to make a change, you have to sacrifice something. You have so much space, right? I think of it like a file cabinet. And you have to remove a file to put something. You only got so much space, right? You're full. So you must sacrifice. Pull something out, but only difference is you need to put something back in there. Old bad habit out, good habit in. You know, and you're in charge of whatever habit that is. You'll know because you're living in your truth. If you have some self-awareness, you'll know what's good for you, what's bad for you. If you discard what's bad for you, insert what's good for you. Where do I get what's good for me? Read books. Follow a mentor, take advice from somebody who is there, you know. And these are the things that I'm doing today to get to where I want to go. And these are the things that I wasn't doing before when I had skills to have success, right? You know, for a short period of time, I was a six-figure earner, and then I wasn't. But like, I couldn't sustain. Why? Because I never had it up here, you know. And I didn't I didn't even know what credit was when I left high school. Like, I didn't. I got to the military, the Navy, for instance. When we're talking about money, like they're like, I was like, credit. What do you mean? I mean, like, charge it, really? I didn't even know what credit was. Like, I was a dummy when it came to finances. All I knew was I had to have a job because people wanted money, and I had to have money to live. You know, like literally, I was an idiot when it came to money. And
I was an idiot.
but
The day I turned 18, I got credit cards in every store I could.
so, and I look
I
back at
was
it
the
now. I
opposite.
look back at it now. It was everything I had to go through to prepare me for what I'm going to be receiving, and I'll know what to do with it this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was flowing money, but it was just flowing without intent and real purpose. It was just floating to something stupid, you know. But anyway, yeah, mindset was everything. Are we kind of all over the place? I feel like I bounced around a little bit. Welcome, Ben Soto and Chris Mitchell. Christina's laughing at Elizabeth. What Elizabeth say? Can you bring more than one on live? No, just one. But I'll stay on live if you want to come on. I'll stay on live to get you on there. You like making people feel awkward. Me too. It's fun. I just like to. I can't describe it. I like it. I enjoy how you start this, then bring in someone to discuss a great idea. Thanks, Christina. Jay said, yeah, that's cool. Ready or not? Here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. So, welcome, Jeanette, a sailor. If you guys haven't yet shared this, if you find any value out of it or entertainment or however you want to word it, go ahead and share it out there. Maybe somebody else would too. Renee. Renee.
Yeah.
So, are
Uh-huh.
you gonna go out and buy this book?
6 months to six figures by who?
Peter Voogd. Voogd.
Okay. I'll go order.
So what else is new? We've kind of discussed the chapter. Let's just talk. What else is new, Renee? Where do you, so if you're new to personal development, let's stay on this topic. If you're new to personal development, newer,
So new.
are you, I already asked this, but I don't remember the answer. Do you have a mentor? Are you working with somebody? Or are you just kind of
Kind of
scouring
just,
the internet?
yeah, I do have a mentor that I have. She's the one that actually sent me that book to read.
Gotcha.
Um, and she stays on me. I'm just so bad about being consistent. That's my problem. Maybe there's a book on being consistent that I need to read.
I feel you. I mean, it's discipline, right? Like, how bad do you want something? Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
part of my journey is like, I'll lose sight of, I don't know, I'll get distracted. I'm telling you, ADD, like squirrel. Like that, you
I know.
gotta have those binders on and focus in. And I think that creates the discipline. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just speaking like when I do that, I'm more disciplined. When I am all over the place, like not much discipline, kind of sporadic. Yeah. But I think it's also not being so hard on yourself and just enjoying the journey. As we pick things up along the way, implement them. He didn't say you're going to know it all at once and then implement it all at once. I think
Yeah.
when he talked about immediate implementation was the minute you learn something new, apply it in your daily practice. If it means something's got to go, then find out what you need to sacrifice, get rid of it. Because if it's not bringing you closer to your goal, it's pulling you back. Elizabeth says a book on being consistent in reading. Laugh out loud. Teamwork makes the dream work. Holly says maybe Renee and I need to become book buddies to increase our knowledge. There you go. There you go. That's a great idea. Accountability buddies.
Yeah.
So what else is new, Renee? Or maybe you can ask me questions. Heck, we can reverse this.
I don't know. I've never done this before. I've only went on my own videos.
I know
Hmm.
you have a lot to talk about in your videos too. You're good at staying active.
I always tell people they have to ask me, like, if I get on, like, even if I get on our calls, on the company call, I'm like, you have to ask me questions
Oh,
or I'll just sit there.
okay. Let's do this then.
I have to be
I
interviewed,
don't know
and
that.
I don't.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, that's
I
right.
don't know that everybody on my friends list knows who you are. Why don't you touch briefly for all those out there watching who Renee is?
Who Renee is.
Briefly, just
My,
an overview.
okay. My name is Renee Gibson. I'm a wife and a mother of two children, and I am an entrepreneur. I'm a full-time homeschool mom, and I don't know. I am part of a company trying to help people without, saying anything. I love what I do. I just want to learn to understand what I'm doing. Does that make sense?
You want
I
to
love what I
learn
do.
to understand what you're
Big
doing. You want
to
to
me.
learn to understand what you're doing. Sort of.
Am I making like I can't even explain to you how much I love what I do, but I've never understood how to share it because I don't want to be a sales person. I know that's what we're in, but we're not. I don't want to be, I don't like pushy. I never want to be that person ever. You know what I
Well, I
mean?
don't think all
So
salesmen
I
are
just want to
pushy.
learn. I want
I
people to
think,
come to me.
right, you want to be a magnet. So you want to make your space attractive to others, right?
Hmm.
And that comes through personal development. You know, obviously, like accountability comes into play there because at that point it's always about us. Like, and I don't mean that in the selfish way, like it's not about it. I mean, literally, who we are determines the people we attract and the success in our business and everything else. Um,
Hmm.
Tiffany Williams hopped on. Hey, Tiffany, building relationships, Christina says. Relationships are everything. I don't think it matters what your title is. I think it's how you treat people.
Yes.
Are you, problems are opportunities, right? As Grant Cardone and everybody else says. Like, are you finding the problem and bringing value or offering a solution or helping somebody fix their problem? If you could think, I don't even think, like, I hate labels. I really do. Like I hate titles, I hate labels, I hate I don't hate anything. I dislike those titles, really, because I don't think of it. Hate means you're just full of that energy all the time. I don't even think about it. But when I'm thinking about it, like I really dislike titles, so
Hmm.
because it's all about just who you are. It really is. Like nothing else matters. What are you here for? What's your purpose, and how do you treat people? Or how do you, basically. So, with salesman or not, I can walk in and say, "Hey, I'm Nick, and I'm your local cable salesman." That's stupid, but the point is, if they're going to pick up my energy, they're going to forget that I even said salesman if I'm treating them the right way.
Yeah.
So at that point, it doesn't matter. But like I remember, I don't like being told to hide something. Like I remember one of my mentors in sales, actually, when I was trying to sidestep something. Not lie, I wasn't lying, but I was trying to sidestep because I thought that they would receive it in a negative way. Like I
Hmm.
thought that they would be skeptical if they heard that. But what creates the skepticism is the fact that they can pick up that you're hiding something and you won't tell them what it is. Or if they even feel that energy, like I've experienced that, that's totally different and how everything goes from that point on. So I think the term, people I think judge salesmen by the liars and the scammers, which is unfortunate because truth is we're all salesmen. Life, Grant
Gotta
Cardone
be
says
honest.
life is a sale. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But like we're always influencing people. We all, whether we're intently influencing people or not, we're influencing others around us. And all sales is you're influencing people into hopefully fixing a problem. You know.
Sometimes I'm afraid of trying to offer the help that I have because I don't want to offend or upset, even though I know they need it, even when it comes to my own friends or family.
Yeah. So
I
Christina's,
don't hurt
go ahead.
feelings. I guess.
Does it make you feel awkward, like asking somebody to buy from you, whatever it is?
Hmm.
Why is that? You think? Do you not feel like if you truly know that you're helping them, why would you feel bad about helping somebody? Like I when I
I don't.
when I was training my sales reps for DirecTV, they were afraid to ask. I'm like, did we had it on paper, right? They were saving $80 a month on their cable bill. $80 a month. You're putting $80 back in their pocket. They felt great about that. Why wouldn't you?
Hmm.
Why would you feel like you're taking something away from them when they're excited? I watched sales reps take that excitement out of their customers because they didn't feel like they were helping them. They didn't feel like they were helping them. How are you putting money back in somebody's pocket? You're putting money back in somebody's pocket. I don't know anybody that wouldn't appreciate putting money back in their pocket. You're putting
Hmm.
some money back in somebody's pocket and you're afraid to do that for them. Why? That internal mindset, because that's why we have, personal development is so important, I think, is to find out why, within, but like it would blow my mind why people would be afraid to sell something. Like you're not really selling anything. You're putting money back in the pocket. You didn't really, you just helped them, you know?
Well, let me say this and see if it makes sense, and then you can give me your little answer to this. I would never feel that I would offend somebody if I tried to sell them earrings. I would never feel that I would offend somebody if I tried to sell them makeup. But with what I do, I feel that I will offend them. I'm like, I could really help you a
I
lot in life.
understand.
I
I
gotta get
understand.
over that.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, I'll sell you some earrings, but the other thing I'm kind of nervous
At
about.
that point, it becomes
I'm going on 6 years. June 1st will be 6 years, and I am still scared.
6 years.
Nervous.
You're talking about
Yeah.
consistency. You've been in that business 6 years.
June 1st will be
I
six
would say that's
years.
pretty consistent. Really? That's a long
Hmm.
time, though. That
I've never given up. I've had a lot of ups, I've had a lot of downs, but I've never given up. I refuse to give up. Like, I really know it's there. It's not, it's me. I need to learn what I'm doing.
Mhm.
So I refuse. It'll be great one day. I just need to learn. Hi, Susan. It's the first
Susan
person I said
Day.
hi to.
Susan has a book coming out, and it's going to
Yeah.
be I better not steal her thunder. She's got a lot of excitement around that book, and there's a lot of influential people that are supporting and endorsing that book. So congratulations, Susan, on that. That's really phenomenal. She's spent years wanting to make this dream of hers come true, and it's coming true. It's really neat to watch. Um, yeah, Christina says, don't take it personal, and no just means not now. Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you don't, like, what is it? I've heard Ed Milet and Grant Cardone talk about this, and also trainers I've had throughout time, but like, it could be the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh time before they finally say yes. Like when you're and with what we do, and I know we're not with the same company, but I know with
Yeah.
with what we do, it's different than the way people are programmed to think.
Hmm.
It's not the same style of system they're used to. And I think what I've been being taught by one of my mentors is, and through her experience, was staying consistent with it. People see that. So
Hmm.
when you're staying consistent, something they were ultimately skeptical about to begin with, but they see that you're not only staying with it, but you're building success, and others are starting to track to that. And these people that have been sitting out here on the fence, these ones that you've talked to, but they were a little bit skeptical, they're now starting to come a little bit closer because the Jones effect, right? It's the Jones effect. If the neighbors are doing it, we better do it too,
Hmm.
right? Like that was one of the when I was in door-to-door sales, that was one of the biggest things we used. Yeah, I was just down at your neighbors, was able to help them, blah blah blah, and they felt good because one of their buddies did it.
Hmm.
But like, it's not, and that's not tricking anybody. That's really not. It's just a fact that people attract to what's kind of, but I think you hit on it, but you're doing that. You're staying consistent with what you're doing, and it will pay off. It can't not. Um, Robert says, when I tell someone I don't have money for that, it means I have no money whatsoever. You know what, Robert? I do. I agree. Like, and that's another thing. Like, if it's not for you, don't be afraid to say no. Like, I try to have respect for everybody out there. Like, I've had a flood of messages saying, "Let me show you this opportunity. Let me show you this opportunity. Let me show you this. Hey, are you open to other opportunities?" I've been insulted by people because I said I'm not interested in that. Are you dumb? Are you? Why would you not be interested? I'm like, elsewhere, buddy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
and what brought this up? Robert's comment. And like, I'm honest with, I'm not going to waste your time. Like, because I don't like people wasting my time. I don't want to waste other people's time. So the book talks about that's the most valuable thing we have is our time, right? And so like I tell people right away, I'm not interested. If it's a network marketing opportunity, I'm not interested, obviously. But if it's other things, I'll hear people out because I respect other people in the industry, like whether we're with the same company or not. When you have a
Yep.
mindset of abundance, it becomes we're all part of the same industry. If we can help each other out within the same industry and help better the reputation of the industry, rather than having people continue to smash it, and actually help others. Believe it or not, even I don't believe in competition. First of all, like I know
Right.
that's a topic that can be very widely discussed, but like if you could help everybody, think of if everybody was acting a little smarter within the industry and not like going out there and just spamming everybody or acting like imbeciles in people's messages because they told you no. Well, what the hell did you expect? Did you read what you wrote? So like it's starting to piss everybody off, and you just got this whole chain of you seeing the feeds and social medias, the industry, all these NMers, network marketers out there, and like help people take that as an opportunity. Like, what if you did this, this, and this? I might have been interested. That guy's going to take it to the
Hmm.
next person. Let's be honest. There's plenty of people out there. If you could create a ripple of people and help out the industry, I think it'd be great. But you don't see enough of that. Like I don't. But at the same time, when somebody tells you no, that doesn't mean necessarily no. Don't give up
Yeah.
because they might just And I've found out also that people are afraid to say they don't have money. People are afraid to admit that, look, I just can't afford this. I don't have the money for this. But they're also scared because we'll go find the money. They're also scared they're not going to be able to do that, so they don't even set the goal or the intent to go find the money. I
Hmm.
know that from experience. I've done that. Like I know I need this money, but I was scared, so I already told myself no because I was afraid that I wasn't going to get it. Like that fear created no action. Faith would create the action, right?
Hmm.
Needed, required, or whatever. And so, like, there's a lot of little things. Like, I'm really nitpicky with my thoughts. Jeanette says, the taught us in sales for every 100 no's, there's always one yes. That's so true. Christina says, bring value to people's lives with who you are and what you do. It's also the approach, getting straight to the point of why you are sharing your business. Earn, that's all I could see, but I totally agree. Then she goes, don't take it personally. Doesn't know. I already read that. That's so true. Robert says, oh, there's good news. When someone gets offended, it is totally their problem. They need to learn to control their emotions and how they react to others' behavior. Yeah, I mean, again, taking accountability for your own shit. The people
Hmm.
around you, whether you have bills coming in or checks coming in, everything. Everything is a result of your thinking.
Yeah.
It's very powerful to think and have to accept that. But once you do accept it, it's life changing. Yeah, Susan Brown, tell them it's okay. Okay, awesome. So Susan Day has her book coming out. Susan, drop the title for that book, please. She has a book coming out, and Les Brown, the legendary Les Brown, is endorsing it, and he's going to be promoting it for her. So that's very exciting for our friend Susan Day. So everybody load her messenger up with congratulations, and make her feel good about herself, and also maybe help her get her book out there a little bit. Christine says, I might be able to help you out this area. Engage or DM me later if you'd like. What area is that, Christina? Yep, she said Les Brown's endorsing my book. Robert, I know from experience it takes at least 8 no's for someone intent on selling me something to let it go. I'm close, but I'll be honest with you. I have been sold by very good salespeople before on the first try. Shout out to Darren Gibson. He's one. Christina said 80% of your response come after asking them 5 to 6 times. Yep. Hello, Bethany. Welcome. Robert, when I tell someone I don't have money for that, how come I feels like I've already read that? Because I
You
did.
did.
Harold Stecker joined us. Welcome, Stecker. Robert, I struggle seeing these letters. That's why I'm like reading these slow. I'm quite frank with people that perspective me. I'm telling, can you read these? Just save them some
Look,
time. I thank them for thinking enough of me to ask me, but I can't even see all the comments either.
I am quite frank with people that prospect me. I tell them I'm trying to save them some time. I thank them for thinking enough of me to ask me, but you can't get blood from a stone.
It's true. Big shout out to Stephen Gordon. Thanks for the post earlier. He makes these he photoshops these little pictures, and he put my little face on a statue, and um, the picture was neat. But what you said, man, I appreciate you, Stephen. I really do. Big shout out to you, my man. Um, Lisa Torcola, welcome. If you guys haven't shared already, please do. We read chapter 3 from 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd tonight. If you don't know, or if this is your first time tuning in, or if you're watching on the replay, type replay. But if you don't know, I'm going to be reading a chapter out of a book every night. The first book I'm reading is 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd. I haven't decided the second book I'm going to read yet. Um, hello, Jamie McCormick. Welcome. My goal, and I'm going to try to manifest it. Mr. Vogue, I want Peter on a live with me to talk about his book. And I'm going to speak that every show. And hopefully Peter hears, sees, and is willing to jump on here with us. It's a goal of mine. Robert, there we go, on my iPad. I bought my current car. I sold myself on it before I found the one I actually purchased. The ad was posted for 5 minutes when I found it and called and said I want to buy that car. I had a condition which they met, but I already knew from my research that it was a great price. Awesome. Well, you're smart, Robert. But the average consumer, man, these guys get eaten up all day. Christine, in conversation, she says she's struggling with what she's doing with her business, sharing it, selling it. Oh, so Christina says she can help you um, sharing and talking about your business with others if you want to
Okay.
DM her.
I sure will.
Do you guys in the audience have any questions, comments for me or Renee? Um, please comment. Don't be shy. Feedback. What you think about the book? What you think about this show? what you think about whatever, anything. Renee, do you have any? We're kind of coming up around an hour. Do you have any final thoughts or anything that you want to throw out there? Any shout outs?
I had people that joined. Let me see. Well, we saw Jay, and I have Erica and Angela and Sammy and Dawn.
Christina, you're awesome. She says, from
And
one
my
friend to a,
aunt Tori.
sorry,
Sorry,
your aunt.
my aunt Tori. My cousin Tori. I don't know why I said aunt. What did Christina
She
say?
said, from one friend to another. She's not trying to sell you anything. No cost.
Oh, thank you so much. Shannon. I have a lot of people that came on here.
Awesome. Well,
I hope they're still on.
feel free to talk to them.
And Linda. I don't know who all is still on here. Who all is still on here that I just shouted out? Let me know. I'm feeling kind of like I'm on TV or something right now. I've never done this before. I'm kind of, in a way, I'm nervous just because I don't know what to say, but I'm not nervous because I don't get nervous on live. I don't know what to say. I'll just start rambling.
Okay, so Lisa Marino says it's her first time here. What are you all about? Okay, so this is Renee's a guest. I started the show. If you read the description on my post, you'll kind of break it down. But I'm reading a chapter out of a book every night. I read a chapter out of a book every night anyway. And part of pushing my comfort zone was kind of getting out and being on Facebook Live. And so I kind of put the two together. And then I thought, why not bring somebody on and kind of talk about either what they thought about the book, or how their day was, or whatever the hell they want to talk about. So that's kind of the point of this. For those that would find value of it, they'll hang out and they'll watch, enjoy, share, whatever. If it's not for you, cool. No worries. I love you anyway.
Christina said something.
What'd she say?
Now she comes out of her shell. Oh.
Right? It took long enough.
I'm like this. It's just when it comes to face, and I just never know what to say.
We have Smoy.
I got crazy mad energy all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Hello, Smoy. Happy Sunday. All right. Well, Ashley Grant popped in. We're going to go ahead and be cutting this off tomorrow night, 9-ish o'clock. I say 9-ish. I give myself a 15-minute leeway. So 9 or 9:15 Mountain Time. That would be 11 o'clock to 11:15 Eastern Standard Time. The New Age bedtime story. That's right, Elizabeth. Jay Alford says, I really do like the impromptu. Hey, get on here with me and let's talk. Jay, you're next, buddy. If you pop in, wait, I better not say that. You might not come tomorrow. I'd really like to have you on here with me, Jay. So anyway, if you guys find value in this, please do share it out. I'm going to be creating a page for this. I'm going to be eventually just going live from Nighttime Studies with Nick, and continue this 365 days a year, Renee. This is my challenge to myself to keep this going, and we'll see what transpires. If you want to be on here, I don't really filter. I'm open to just about anybody. I'm pretty sure I have a friends list full of awesome, amazing people. So if you want to be a guest on my live, just join in, comment below, and I'll pull you on. If we got a couple people that want on, I'll have one on, kick them off, pull them on until I get Zoom back, which is what I'm going to do. I like Zoom. But for tonight, again, Renee, I want to thank you for coming on here with me. It's been a pleasure. This is our first live together, although we've been friends for a while now. I think you're awesome, and I appreciate the support. You've always supported my posts and encouraged me, and I thank you for that. For all of you guys that have tuned in and for sharing, thank you. For listening to me ramble this whole time, thank you. And thank you for all your support and your love. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Renee, have a wonderful rest of your evening. And all you out there, you as well. Much love. Good night, everybody.
Good night.